At the beginning of this part, we see that the Dark Emperor is furious. He clenches his fists, his voice booming as he says, "Great timing, Sama-ja. I think it's time you explain yourself. What have you been doing behind my back?" His words hang in the air like a heavy storm about to break. The tension in the atmosphere is palpable, as everyone feels the weight of his anger. Meanwhile, Doke comes rushing in, shouting, "Chai-hong, hurry!" Chai-hong jumps, startled by the sudden urgency. She is ranked 10th in power in the heavenly demon divine cult, known as the Flame Dragon Artist. "You scared me," she exclaims, looking at Doke with confusion. Doke continues, "Come with me right now. Hurry, there's no time." Chai-hong, catching up to his pace, asks, "What's got you in such a hurry this time?" "Every single time. It's like this with you." Despite her complaints, they both break into a sprint. Doke, panting as they run, explains, "It was Sama-ja's order. We're heading to the prisons." Chai-hong, confused, says, "Wait, what? Slow down. What do you mean we're going to the prisons?" As they run, Doke recalls Sama-ja's words in his mind, "Go to the prison and take care of what's necessary." Something must be awakened there before the Dark Emperor's disciple senses anything. He grimaces at the weight of his task. He knows something dangerous is brewing. Meanwhile, Jinhyuk, the Dark Emperor's disciple, is already inside the underground prison. He wrinkles his nose in disgust. Alice, who is with him, covers her face and says, "Ugh, this smell. It reeks like a sewer down here." They are on the 5th floor of the underground prison. Woo Young explains, "This is where the worst criminals of the heavenly demon divine cult are kept. They're restrained by a special device. All of them deserve death, but the heavenly demon kept them here, just in case they might be useful one day." Jinhyuk, looking around, mutters, "I'm not getting any notifications that I found another clue. Do I have to go even further down to find it?" Suddenly, a system window appears in front of Jinhyuk, reading, "A secret passageway has been activated." A portal opens in front of them. At the same time, Doke and Chai-hong appear before them. Chai-hong, looking surprised, stands beside Doke. Doke grins and asks, "What do you think of this shortcut?" "No need to be so surprised." Seeing Kang Jinhyuk, Doke looks shocked and exclaims, "What? You're already down here?" Jinhyuk looks at him calmly and says, "Hey, old man, that thing in your hand. Mind if I take a look at it?" Chai-hong, realizing the situation, steps forward, "Go ahead. I'll take care of things here." Doke, nodding to Chai-hong, says, "I'll leave it to you, then." Jinhyuk asks her, "You really want to fight us on your own? There are 3 of us and only one of you." Chai-hong smirks and replies, "Kang Jinhyuk, I've heard plenty about you. You're skilled enough to take down Pei-gak. I know it'll be hard for me to deal with you, especially if you're with Woo Young of the Black Wind Society. But don't think you've got the advantage just yet." She looks around, grinning slyly. There are plenty of people here who would love to fight. At that moment, the system chimes in. Restraints have been undone. The blockage of blood chi vessels has been removed. Chai-hong gestures toward the cells as prisoners begin to emerge. "You all must have been very bored in here. Well, now's your chance to go wild." The prisoners, who had been trapped for so long, step out eagerly, ready for battle. Woo Young's eyes widen. "My liege, these are infamous martial artists. Each one of them is as strong as I am, or stronger." Woo Young steps forward and says, "I'll fend them off, so please." But Jinhyuk grabs Woo Young's sword, stopping him. "No, you stay back. If she's going to use prisoners against us, I'll do the same." Alice raises an eyebrow. "What? You're going to compare me to those guys? They're nothing but scum." Chai-hong laughs. "Good things are meant to be shared, right? Why don't you all join in?" The prisoners surround Alice, grinning menacingly. One of them licks his lips and says, "Tasted a human before?" Alice's eyes narrow as she mutters, "You're treating me, the noble master of the night, like a mere human just because I'm disguised as one?" Her voice turns cold as she activates Blood Road. How rude. In an instant, the area erupts with crimson energy. T-Bone, who had been watching, looks around in confusion. "Wait, all the monsters around me are already dead?" T-Bone groans, Poor master. He didn't even get to see the full extent of my performance. It was super-duper cool. Is he perhaps afraid of my power? Suddenly, all the energy drops from the corpses start floating away. T-Bone yells, "No! The things that came from the corpses are running away. Come back." He quickly activates Ember Collecting Lantern. Meanwhile, Doke is gathering all the ember pieces spread throughout the place, but frustration shows on his face. He glances at the system's completion rate, 71%. Doke thinks, did the embers not develop inside the Dakibi long enough? He glances at Chai Hong, who is now fighting the Dark Emperor's disciple. While she keeps them busy, I need to find more Dakibi. Chai Hong, still running beside Doke, suddenly appears by his side again. Doke gasps, "Why are you already here? I thought you freed the prisoners." Chai Hong pants as she replies, "I did. I even gave them their favorite equipment back. But that Western woman with Kong Jinhyuk, she's a monster. The prisoners were no match for her." As they run, we see that all the prisoners are dead. Wu Young watches in awe, thinking, all of those infamous expert martial artists died so easily from just one gesture of Miss Alice's hand, as expected of someone so close to the liege. Alice, brushing off the dust, asks, "Why are there so many of them?" Jinhyuk smirks. "You're being considerate of your mana usage, though. I can tell you're only using the minimum necessary." Alice nods. "Of course. I can't waste mana while not knowing what lies ahead of us." Jinhyuk glances forward. "We'll find out soon. Then we'll know why they were so desperate to stop us, and what Yan was trying to warn us about." Back at the surface, a student runs in, shouting, "Everyone! Samaja and the Dark Emperor are going to have a duel." All the disciples rush to witness the fight. The Dark Emperor and Samaja stand opposite each other, the air between them charged with tension. The Dark Emperor says, "It's been a long time since you stood up to me instead of backing off with your tail tucked between your legs." Samaja, unfazed, replies, "I'm not standing up to you. You're the right guardian. It's just a light-hearted duel." He smirks. "By the way, how's your disciple's training going? I heard he's down in the underground prison right now." Before Samaja can say anything else, the Dark Emperor leaps toward him with terrifying speed. The spectators can barely hold their ground from the shockwave. The Dark Emperor demands, "What are you doing in the underground prison? Confess right now, or I'll make you answer with my fists." Samaja, dodging his blow, chuckles. "Your personality is as fiery as ever, but I can't reveal my surprise just yet. All my efforts would be wasted if I tell you before it's ready." Meanwhile, Chai Hung stares ahead, wide-eyed, and mutters, "Doke Goryong, what in the world? What kind of demon is this?" Before them, a gigantic demon looms, casting a dark shadow over them. This is the end. Subscribe for the next part.